This is an advice show.
Oh, okay.
All right. And we're going to take your questions and turn them alchemy like into wisdom. We haven't forgotten our core competency. My neighbor and I are friendly with each other, and our young children often play together. One day I saw them packing their van, and he grumbled they were going to Disney World. He seemed very annoyed about the whole trip and complained his wife was making him go. A few days after they left, he's texted me if I'd pull his garbage out in the street. I said, sure, as long as you take a picture with Goofy for me. I don't know why I said Goofy. I'm not a Goofy fan, and neither is my kid. I was just giving him a little grief since he didn't want to go on the trip. Next week when they returned, I saw him in the yard and asked how the vacation was. He showed me the phone, which had an endless amount of pictures of his family with Goofy and Max. What's more is he said he'd gotten their autographs and was having it all framed to present to my 3-year-old as a present. Oh, okay.
Now I know where the question is.
Oh, no. Brothers, my boy has no idea who Goofy is, let alone his son. This was such a nice gesture, but it all came from a throwaway joke I made. How can I get my son to have a deep love of Goofy before they give him this gift? Oh, man. Oh, boy, this is a McElroy question if I ever heard one. Fuck a duck. Yeah. This would definitely happen to us.
Really?
Jesus.
Yeah, you really threaded the needle here. You've come to the right place.
Goofy is the safest choice to be like, take a picture with, because that's why I think I know this wasn't a question, but psychologically, you're like, maybe you did some subconscious calculations. And you're like, I don't want to say Minnie or Daisy because that would feel weird if I'm
that
like,
would
I
feel
need
fetish,
pictures of them.
fetish adjacent, yeah.
And
Goofy's the right poll. I don't know why, but it is the funny.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes with jokes, you got to run through and like, I don't know why it is what it is, but like, Goofy is the poll.
It's the one.
I don't know why, but
Goofy,
it's Goofy.
correct.
Yeah.
You can't make a 3-year-old like anything. Has been my experience. You could show them Goofy movie, but they might be hugely uncomfortable with the complicated social dynamics of, they don't get into that shit in these YouTube, in a YouTube video. They don't get into complicated family dynamics, and kids today can't hang with that shit.
And there's a part where Max murders a man by swinging him into a giant thing of light.
Max fully kills a guy at the end of that film.
Yeah, the guy's trying to chase Max. They swing
doing
on a rope.
his job as a security guard.
Yeah.
This kid could have a bomb vest strapped to him trying to kill Powerline so that the president will notice him.
But this is my favorite. I love the Goofy movie. It's my favorite Disney animated movie. I'm wearing a Powerline shirt right now. Is when they land on the stage next to Powerline. Powerline's like, what? And doesn't do what I think anybody in that scenario would do, which would be to leave the stage as quickly as possible.
Immediately. Let security handle it. They can't because a child killed them?
That's correct.
Man.
Now, you could do, I think the way I introduce my children to Goofy, and every parent's approach to introducing their children to Goofy is different. I understand that. But I did inform them that according to Goofy's Wikipedia, he has had many names over the years, including George Geef.
Henry only calls this fool George Geef when he sees it. You guys really ruined him with that shit.
And so when we went to Disney the first time, and, you know, you have the people in character going around meeting everybody, and I said, oh, here comes George Geef. And that just tickled my daughters to no end. And that, I think, is how I got the ball rolling. You could also just play the two musical Powerline scenes, Stand Out and Eye to Eye, without the complicated family dynamics. And those are fun. Those will get them.
I've been I've been struggling with this problem in my house because my kids were on the YouTube, and I was like, you guys can't watch the YouTube anymore because I watched a documentary about how YouTube's bad.
Oh,
so
what?
I told them I can't.
Don't.
Yeah.
Oh man, don't tell me what it is because then I'll feel compelled to watch it.
It's like the family YouTubes. It's like everybody knows.
So Mr. Beast is still okay, right?
Beast.
All YouTubes. It's bad. YouTube's is bad because my kids will watch the shorts.
No.
It doesn't matter. I'm not judging.
I haven't done any research on Mr. Beast recently. So
YouTube is bad for my kids for our decision. So we say, you're watching too much YouTube, no more YouTube. And my kids are like pretty amenable to it. And then a week after the initial, ranting and screaming. But about a week later, and this is just a couple days ago now, I see Cooper, and she is... sometimes I worry about oversharing, but she's watching Young Sheldon.
Unironically?
Travis, she's on season 2, episode 9.
Yeah, you can't irony watch a season and a half of Young Sheldon.
She's on season 2, episode 9, and to be fair,
did she
she
get
is
it in the
fast
home?
forwarding. What?
How did
It's
it-
on Netflix, so she does fast forward through any time where there's kissing.
Yeah.
But she has been fully indoctrinated.
There are a lot
into
of
the show.
kissing on young Sheldon. Wouldn't think
I
there's
mean,
a lot
not
of kissing.
a huge amount, but there is like anytime any relationship drama happens. She's
Every
in no way
episode
interested.
has a deep tongue scene in Young
She does.
Sheldon, which is fucking
But
weird.
most of the
man.
time, it's in the background.
it's
I mean,
happening extras. Yeah.
She came to me while I was brushing my teeth, and she said, "Hey, Dad, I think young Sheldon is smarter than Einstein." And I said, "Go on, do tell." She said, "Well, did Einstein ever build a rocket?" And I said, "No."
No.
And she said, "Did young Sheldon ever build a rocket?" And I said, "I would have no way of knowing that." And she said, "Well, he did." And I said, "Well, it sounds like young Sheldon is smarter than Einstein." And she said, "But I think the kid from the Minecraft movie made a jetpack, so he's probably smarter than both
He's
of them."
the smartest
And
of
I
all.
said, "Yeah, okay, that's the power ranking right there. Kid from the Minecraft movie, young Sheldon, way down here at the bottom, Einstein."
Well, Reed Richards, I think, is right above Einstein.
Thank you, Travis.
Yeah.
Good point. Reed Richards, absolutely.
Um,
You can't. Yeah, so you can't. There's no hope here.
You can't make your kid like Goofy. You can, man, when you get the gifts, just you take them and then they'll be like, aren't you going to give it to your son? And you say, no, this is embarrassing. I'm a huge Goofy freak. And I was too embarrassed
No, don't
to
say
admit
freak,
it. to-
though.
No, you do. I mean, own it. Say, I'm a big goof. I'm a nasty, fucked up, goofy freak. And this is the only way I get my jollies.
How did he
If you-
smell? How did he
How,
smell?
so explain the smell of Goofy to me.
Is
Is
there any
this the
chance
hand that
you-
touched him?
Is there any chance that you typed "take a Goofy picture" with
Okay.
a lowercase g? Because
Yeah.
then maybe you could flip it on and be like, no, just like a fun one.
Yeah.
What if
I
you're
just
like,
wanted a
that's
fun
not
one.
Goofy, the one with the bill, and he wears the sailor hat?
Yeah.
The spinach guy.
Yeah,
He gets so
He's got
strong.
the big mouse ears and the red
You
shoes.
know,
I'm proud to announce that Goofy Sour Balls are back and better
Oh, no
than ever.
kidding?
We did
Oh,
it.
baby, you can definitely get those. And I got them, and then my son Henry laughed at me because I got balls. Like he's at an age where that's very good for him. And I was like, I don't care. I'm not going to stand here and be judged. These sour balls really tickle my fancy.
I will say this. I have taken pictures with a lot of Goofies
Yeah.
because my kids make my father-in-law do his Goofy impression to Goofy. And then I
That's
take a picture of it
rough.
because it's good. And then I put and I have like t-shirts with pictures of my father-in-law with Goofy on them. So I will say every Goofy is a pro. Every Goofy, here's what you can rest assured of whatever experience your friend had, it was not unpleasant.
No.
It was like that Goofy
That's
made
good.
it very easy.
Made it
They
special.
will, and especially if they can tell you're a virgin, they will make it like
So good for you.
So
if they can tell that you haven't had sex at all, they're like they know it somehow, and then they are like so nice to you.
Yeah.
The first time I went to Disney
Tender.
World, the first
I mean,
time I
tender
went to
feels
Disney
weird.
World, and I was like, I shouldn't be here. I haven't fucked. And then Goofy came over to me, and he put his hand around. And guys, check this out. He talked. You never get this from these Disney guys walking around. But
What did he
talked.
say?
He leaned in really close, and he was like,
I know. He said, I know. It's hard. Me too, pal.
and then I was like, what about Max? Where did and
Immaculate conception.
immaculate.
And then he walked away, but I felt like really cared for. And then I felt like I could be at Disney World even though I hadn't had sexual.
Max
I can't
just
believe you made it
birthed
past
fully
the
formed-
scanners, Griffin, to get in.
Yeah.
Max just birthed fully formed from a bowl of High Dad soup. He just like emerged. My High Dad soup is.
Hi, Dad.
Whoa!
Yeah, at the end when he falls down the waterfall, and you actually, if you turn the volume up, you can hear him shout, "But I haven't even fucked yet!" And then Max catches him and reels him up. I was like, "What were you saying, Dad?" And he's like, "Nothing."